In this Get Pregnant Now Quickie episode, we're going to reveal a sneaky hormone and fertility disruptor hiding in plain sight all throughout your home. Welcome to the Finally Get Pregnant Naturally podcast, the podcast helping women identify the real reasons you haven't conceived or stayed pregnant so you and your partner can finally grow the family of your dreams. I'm your host, Dr. Katie Wood. Let's dive in, shall we? By the end of this episode, you'll know why synthetic fragrances are a hidden source of endocrine disruptors that can throw off your delicate hormone balance, how fragrance exposure impacts egg and sperm quality, and simple swaps you can make right now to protect your fertility and still have a clean and fresh smelling home. So let's dive into fragrance. If you see the word fragrance or perfume on a label, it can actually be a catch-all for hundreds of undisclosed chemicals, including phthalates, many of which are known endocrine disruptors. So, what type of impact can fragrance have? Number one, hormone disruption. These chemicals mimic or block hormones like estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. When your endocrine system gets confused, ovulation can become irregular, sperm count can drop, and implantation can be a struggle. So, number two, poor fertility outcomes. Studies have linked higher levels of phthalates in urine to having lower ovarian reserve, poor egg quality, and lower IVF success rates, and also an increased risk of miscarriage. For men, it's been associated with reduced sperm motility and morphology. Why do you think that if you're going in for an IVF appointment like an embryo transfer, that you are told to avoid scented products, especially on days of procedures like retrievals or embryo transfers? And that's because the fragrances contain toxic compounds that can be harmful to embryos, and it can compromise the delicate, sterile environment of the embryology lab. So, number three, we have a cumulative toxic load effect. So, we're not just talking about perfume or cologne that maybe you only wear on special occasions. No, fragrance is in everything. Dryer sheets, candles, air fresheners, shampoos, deodorant, body lotion, and honestly, even quote unquote unscented products can still contain fragrance in it. And small exposures add up over time and can burden your liver's detox pathways, and it can make it harder to clear excess estrogen and toxins, especially because fragrances aren't the only toxins that you're being exposed to. You're being exposed to other toxins in your home, other environmental toxins, and everything adds up. And your toxin bucket, quite literally, it can end up overflowing. And that's when it becomes very, very hard to maintain the delicate balance of our hormones. And that's when we can see a negative impact on our overall fertility. So let's talk about fertility-friendly swaps. So you don't have to live in this like sterile, scent-free home, but this is where being intentional matters. So you can choose fragrance-free or truly unscented products. So on the containers, look for no fragrance versus just being unscented, and also make sure that you're looking at the ingredients of products. You don't want to just trust the front of the label, because let me tell you, I have seen products where on the front, and it's called greenwashing. I have seen products on the front where it looks like, hey, this could be a clean product. I flip it around, look at the ingredients, and then I am sadly disappointed when it says perfume in the ingredient list. One big thing that I see is candles. It will say on the front with essential oils. And then I'll look at the back, and in the ingredients, yes, they're maybe adding one or two essential oils, but they're still adding fragrance into the product. So it is imperative that you're reading the ingredients. You can switch to high quality essential oils or naturally scented products if you want a gentle but pleasant smell. But you still want to use sparingly, and you really want to make sure that you're finding reputable brands that are sourcing their products with intention and also testing them, and they're just overall high quality. You can ditch dryer sheets, air fresheners, and scented candles because you really don't need them. You can use wool dryer balls, open up your windows, or you could do a little stove simmer depending on the season that you're in. So in the fall, you could do orange with cinnamon and things like that. In the spring or summer, you could do citrus, vanilla, whatever smells good to you. And of course, upgrading your cleaning supplies. Using things like vinegar, baking soda, or unscented soap can do most of the job. And you want to look at your beauty products as well, because so many of these contain fragrances that are just unnecessary. And by making these small intentional changes, you are going to reduce your daily exposure and overall toxin burden on your liver and thus your hormones. So let's recap today's episode. Synthetic fragrance is made of endocrine disruptors that can derail your hormones and fertility for both men and women. Regular exposure can affect your egg quality, sperm health, and miscarriage risk. Making simple swaps to fragrance-free products and low toxin cleaning and beauty routines are going to protect your fertility without sacrificing a pleasant home environment. So here is a simple shift you can start making today. Start with the products that you are using most often. So, for example, your laundry detergent, body lotion, deodorant, cleaning spray, whatever that may be for you, and switch to a fragrance-free alternative this week, because these small changes are going to add up and it's going to send a safety signal to your body, making it easier to balance hormones and prepare for a healthy conception. So I just want to thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a gorgeous day today, and I'll see you on our next episode, released every Tuesday and Thursday. Are you ready to finally discover why you haven't been able to get or stay pregnant? The Ultimate Fertility Blueprint is a quick, insightful quiz designed to reveal your overall capacity to conceive and help you discover potential root causes and areas to address to improve your fertility so you can finally get and stay pregnant. You'll find the link in the show notes. As a quick reminder and disclaimer, this podcast is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for medical advice. Always consult your doctor or healthcare provider before starting any new supplement or protocol, especially if you're actively trying to conceive or undergoing treatment.